Hey, you. Do you like Deltarune? Based on the fact that you clicked this video, I'm gonna say that you do. But how much do you really know about it? After all, there's some details hidden in Deltarune that only the most obsessed superfans with no life know about. Luckily for you, I consider myself an obsessed superfan with no life, and I am willing to pass my knowledge on to you. Also, consider pressing the like button, as validation like that makes these videos worthwhile, and helps my videos do better in the algorithm. Anyways, I don't want to waste your time, so without further ado, let's go learn some stuff. Okay, let's start off with something fairly recent. We all know about the opening sequence of Deltarune, with a mysterious someone asking you somewhat personal questions, before what may or may not be someone else kicks you out, and you wake up in Chris's bed. But also you wake up in Chris. As one would expect, this opening sequence was one of high discussion after Chapter 1 first came out, but we're not talking about the sequence, we're talking about one of the background elements of the sequence. The literal background. Yeah, while it might not have looked like much during the intro, the image titled image_depths is actually an edited version of the ocean. This is actually a pretty interesting discovery, as there have been quite a few other ties to the ocean littered throughout Deltarune, which could be foreshadowing something, but I suppose we'll just have to wait and find out. Anyways, after playing for a few minutes, you'll find yourself in question mark, otherwise known as the cliffs. We're in this area after meeting with Susie. She will follow you for a few seconds, but then quickly leave you behind. The reason for doing so can vary, complaining about how slow you are if you walk, or complaining about how you're too fast if you run. Fun fact, there's actually a third reason she can have for abandoning you. Try pausing the video if you want to guess. If you guessed heading west, you would be correct. That's right, Susie will abandon you if you try backtrack, as it seems that finding secrets isn't exactly her top priority in this scene. Anyways, let's talk about your inventory, specifically how big it is. You can carry 12 normal items with you at all times, plus extra room in your storage, and you can carry a much larger amount of weapons and armors. Normally, you'd never get anywhere close to having your weapon or armor inventory full, but if you do find a way to fill them, you can get an interesting interaction after beating Spam to Neo, where he'll get pissed at you and teleport to a newly created chest outside of the room. Honestly, the fact that this is in the game at all and people found it is astounding. It's just about as well hidden as the weird route, and I'm not even sure how people would have found this because it would be far harder to find in the files, and Jevil didn't even have anything similar in Chapter 1, as he simply appeared in a chest outside of his battle arena without any sort of other interaction. It just goes to show how details can be hidden in the most unlikely of places, and they'll still be found. Anyways, going up a few floors in Queen's Mansion, did you know that the Acid Tunnel of Love might have the most hidden details in the game? Well, just one of these things might not be enough to talk about. There being this many secrets in a collection of only a few short rooms is enough to warrant discussion. First, on your ride through the first room with the houses, you may have noticed that the houses you get close to change colors. This isn't all that happens, though, as each house that you convert gives you a slight TP increase in the Fight Against Rules card, totaling up to 28%, which can greatly help you in the fight. Then, once you solve the mouse puzzle and sail to the next room, you get into a cutscene of Rousey talking to Chris. You see, there's a most likely unintentional detail where, during the room transition, you can press directional buttons to change the direction Chris is facing, meaning that you can have them face Rousey, the wall, or look you dead in the eyes, reminding you of your mistakes. Anyways, if you've made it this far into the video and you like what you've seen, consider subscribing to get notified whenever I upload. Also, 100% of my content is Deltarune focused, so if you like this, you'll probably like all my other stuff. While it's impressive that those two easily missable details were hidden so close together, there's another very missable secret that can only be found in the Snowgrave route, where during the cutscene where the group visits Noelle's room on the Snowgrave route, there's a 5% chance that Rousey sleeping will be replaced with an alternate version of Rousey's dance sprite, in which he appears to be sitting down. Yes, I did just copy and paste this from the wiki. Sue me. Well, I've run out of relevant things to talk about, so I guess that this means it's the end of the video. If you want a part 2, leaving suggestions in the comments of things that I might have missed would be helpful. Thanks for sticking around to the end, whether you're a returning viewer or a new one, and have a good rest of your year.
By the way, I hid 3 Gokus in this video. Can you find them all?